In a small town in Slovenia is a club with big dreams. With worldwide involvement, Tabor has become a must-watch. The highs of winning and the pain. In a small town in Slovenia with big dreams. With worldwide involvement, Tabor has become a must-watch. The highs of winning and the pain of defeat. Everyone together in heart and in purpose. This is a new season, and the goal is clear.
Welcome everybody to a new season of Tabor football as we're about to get the first match underway with Jesenice and Tabor, and an exciting time for sure with, a lot of new faces and a great new environment out here. Jesenice, we're going to get a little bit of help from the Slovenian TV companies with their TVs, which on the bright side means I won't be in charge of the clock. For those of you that have been around for the little bit of last season, we know how humorous that is, and I'm sure I'll explain that to you eventually. Hey, I'll let you know who the starters for Tabor are. As we're going to pull that up and give you...
In a small town in Slovenia is a club with big dreams.
And we'll go ahead and move into the starters. I apologize. Hey, it's the beginning of the season for me too. We're going to knock the rust off as Tabor in the white, Jesenice going to be wearing red. Denis Zeriali is in goal. 12 clean sheets last year with a very impressive run, especially at the beginning of the season. And then as we've got some new faces stepping in Anel Zulic comes to us from Illyria. And boy, a big man on the back line. He's going to be a great defensive positioning for us. Not going to get forward quite as much as Brisky and Ludic, as those are the other two men on the back line. Mihail Brisky, boy, one of just the most consistent and steady defenders, quietly becoming one of the best defenders in this division. As Rock Ludic is going to be on the other side of him in the back three. Ludic, 6'5". He is a giant of a man. Jan Kreint's going to be running up and down it'll be the near side as we're taking a look at it. And on the other side of him is going to be Antonio Masinic. Masinic coming from the third division in Croatia. In the middle is going to be Tvej Pokorn and Petkov. That's right, Stanislav Petkov has returned. Luka Barutza and Jarosz Chadish going to be the main men in the on the wings, and Stanislav Krapukin is going to be the man that we are looking to have put the ball in the back of the net. Krapukin 2 years ago led this division in goals as he scored 19 goals. Boy, and immediately a takeaway coming down the side, looking for something over the middle. Going to be bounced back just a little bit as now Tabor trying to work their way in. Darian Matic plays a very aggressive style of football. He wants to have the ball. He wants to put pressure on you. And so this is certainly something we're going to see. Hey, speaking of up top, so the two wingers in Barutza and Chadish, one of the things you're going to see about them, they are runners. They're hard workers, and runners going to try and help out the big man Krapukin. Krapukin is really a target man. He's the guy that you want to get to. He's going to win a lot of balls in the air. And now going to have Tabor with an opportunity as moving through the defense. Brisky is going to look forward, moves it out. Mycinic, as Mycinic going to be playing on that far side. Normally what we'd see is we'd see Pokorn there. Pokorn is going to be largely in that wing position, as that's where he comes from with Triglav. He's a man that has joined us from Triglav, and and was the captain in that far side, having to play in the midfield now, though, which he's great at. As a little bit of an injury to one of the players earlier in the season. Well, apologize for the silence there. Didn't mean to do that to you, as we end up hitting a little bit of a funky button. As we all know, we're going to have a great time on the stream. For those of you that haven't met us, my name's Kyle Ship. As a ball coming across, and boy, physical right in the middle. I believe that was Krapukin that goes down, sent back in by Ludic, but I believe they're going to call offsides on Krapukin. So I'm going to have to close the door here with my dog barking. Calling the game from Texas in my home office. That's right, I'm just like you guys. I am from a long way away, as many of you are. Would love to hear where you're from in the chat. Having to keep the game volume down just a little bit, so that way we don't have too much interference. But I'm going to do my best so that way you can hear as much of the match as possible. As now trying to work through the middle a little bit and going to be rejected. It's one of the things Tabor really trying to control the midfield. They felt like they didn't do a great job of that at the end of last season, coming back in that second half. And with so many transfers out and bringing in new players, you see where some of those things would fall a little bit short. Now Tabor are going to take it back, as speaking of transfers out, but then transfers back in. How about Stanislav Petkov coming back in? For those of you that are unaware, Petkov, one of the best defensive midfielders in this country, especially in this league. I know I'm partial. You guys are going to know I'm going to cheer for Tabor. As if you are new to this stream, I am a Tabor mega fan. Petkov coming back, though, and was just absolutely fantastic. Was a part of that defense. Defensive midfielders can do a ton. As a run down the far side, it's one of the things Jesenice have. Jesenice have a lot of speed and explosion on the outside. They can really get down, but that ball is going to be out for a goal kick. As a nice job on defense up there from Rock Ludic. Ludic, you can tell how much bigger he is than everybody else. Tabor now with Tvej Pokorn and Petkov in the middle. A lot of experience and a whole lot of quality. Pokorn a little bit older. He's 26 years old, right in that sweet spot for where you want when it comes to... Boy, and here comes Krapukin. A nice ball up to Krapukin. He's going to cut back, tries to get back to the middle and can't quite win. That boy was facing off against three defenders, but a really nice ball into Krapukin, and you see how dangerous he's going to be. Has a chance to run through the middle and gets turned away. We talk about Pokorn having to play on the inside. Pokorn is in the spot right now of where we're going to see Josip Marinic eventually. Marinic, a 25-year-old from Croatia, transfers in from NK NAFTA. So when we start talking about a push for promotion, he was a part of that NAFTA team that was promoted last year, had just a magical run. For those of you that were around, and you'll forgive me, I think I'm going to say that a couple of times this match especially, is I know we got a lot of new viewers, a lot of new people joining on. Last year, just a magical run for NAFTA, as they almost never lost a match right until the last game of the season, then won in the promotion playoffs. And so two teams from the second division go up. NAFTA and Brynny both go up, as they almost never lost a match. Tabor, for about halfway through the season, were on pace historically to get promoted, but wound up being about 9 points behind. And so Tabor reload now, and excited about this season. But Marinic, you'll forgive me, I got a little off. Marinic was one of those players that they brought in. A lot of quality, played for NAFTA last year. 21 appearances, 1,600 minutes. Against Tabor, his SOFA score was a 7.3, so We've seen the quality that he can do. He's going to be one of the men that really controls the ball in the offensive midfield, as he's an attacking midfielder and really going to distribute the ball well. He has a lot of, he's got a lot of flair, but he also has a lot of experiences. You see Ludic is going to turn around. Now the ball's going to get sent in, looking, and into the back of the net. Goes right up and over the keeper. What an amazing shot. Jan Kreitz immediately making an impact. Boy, I thought it was a cross. The keeper can't get there. Kreitz goes across. Oh my goodness, that's incredible. What a shot from the near side. Puts the ball in the back of the net. Tabor already up 1-0. Oh, from so far down in the channel, and the keeper just with no chance. Boy, Jan Kreitz asking, can I play on this pitch more? I got a chance to go up this summer as I was, go out and watch, and I watched one of the friendlies that they played against Jesenice on this pitch, and I watched Kreitz score just a banger of a goal on the other side. Oh my goodness. Kreitz, one of those guys, when I got to see him in person this year, he's a young guy and he's growing physically into his body. As I told him, I said, "Wow, you've really put on some. You've filled out a little bit. You look more muscular." And he was kind of laughing. He said, "Well, no, I just look smaller on TV." And I said, "I'm not saying anything bad. I'm not saying you got fat, but he really has. He's a young man. He's got a lot of experience, and now as he's starting to grow, he runs very well, and you see his ability." He's a guy that over the last 2 seasons has gained more and more minutes for this Tabor team, and really gonna, on the pitch now, starting for opening day. The ball down the far side. I wasn't sure with the, I'm not in control of the cameras here, so I wasn't sure what the replays were gonna look like. And so we may go back and take a look at that goal here in a little bit. As the ball bouncing down into Jesenice territory. Hey, for those of you that are wondering, so doing the broadcast, but also do the production here from my home. So every now and then it might get a little bit quiet as I'm looking at another screen trying to pull up a replay or a graphic. So I do apologize for that. Thanks for sticking with me, as we're going to have a great time on the broadcast, a great time supporting Tabor in a season that I'm excited about, a season that really a big push for promotion this year, to finishing 5th back-to-back seasons, and really looking to make the push to the first division this year. A lot of new players and a lot of experience. But you see the pressure Tabor are going to try and put on the ball early on, as not only do they want to win it across midfield, now a nice ball in, and I couldn't tell if that's Chadesh or Barutz. I believe that's Chadesh trying to come across, gets cut off. Nice defense from Jesenice, and now Jesenice going to try and come forward, working out into the back a little bit. And Ludic, boy, physically Ludic just dominates. Ludic is a man, not only is he 6'5", he looks like a dang movie star when you meet him in person. He's got his hair slicked back, he's got a great looking mustache. Good looking man, and so you walk up to him, and not only is he a giant, but boy, he just a good looking guy, kind of starstruck when you're talking to him. As he's going to try and flick a ball on, and looked like Chadesh was coming back for the pass as opposed to moving down. Krapukin's going to put some pressure on the keeper. Ball's going to bounce around midfield, and back and forth. Is wait, Tabor right now, I'm trying to find a spot where I can show you the replay of the goal, and Tabor looked continuously dangerous. Here we're going to give you a chance at the replay here. As well, you see Kreitz going across and just up and over the keeper with an absolute amazing goal. As we come back to live now, Jesenice trying to get down the near side, couple of step overs. Yeah, Kreitz does a really good job staying in front. Ball stays in the lines. A nice job, doesn't give up the corner. Now coming back in, ball across the middle, a lot of bodies in the middle, kicked out by Pacorn. And a physical battle. Hanging on to the ball is going to be Jesenice. So Jesenice is going to, well, I'd say recycle possession, but they lost possession. So Jesenice is going to get started once again. As Tabor and Barutza do a really nice job. If you've seen any of the friendlies, you see that Tadej and Barutza may not be the most flashy players, but what they are is they're just workers. And so you've got Krapukin up top. Krapukin's going to cause a lot of chaos for defenses. And Tadej and Barutza are going to do a lot of the hard and dirty work, do the running. They're also going to be in the right spots at the right times. Balls are going to fall to their feet that bounce off of defenders, that bounce off of keepers. Is now working through the middle and taken away by trying to get a good read on who some of these guys are. You'll forgive me as having a hard time seeing numbers. Ludic has to retreat. Ball bounces right to Zeriali. So a nice job as Jesenice get a little bit forward and trying to get through into that back line. Ludic covers and then has to retreat back, as I believe that runner was Stankovic. So Stankovic comes in, there's nobody crossing, goes right for goal. And now the run down the side. Kreitz, and you see the speed of Kreitz crosses across as, boy, they go in with the zoom for the camera. Once again, it is the beginning of the season for camera operators, for weird announcers, for all of us. Nice job as Kreitz gets down the side, creates a little havoc and pressure, got a nice crowd. Most of the crowd's going to be sitting right around the camera, so you're not going to see them, but you see them up on the hill behind the goal. Ludic is going to head the ball back to Kreitz. And Pacorn, now Pacorn goes down, tripped up by the grass monster, and on the run is going to be Jesenice. Jesenice goes for goal right at Zeriali, though, so a really good job as Zeriali falls on it. And Pacorn just kind of went down right in midfield. Don't know, maybe he might have a little bit of a kick, but not enough to have a foul called. Maybe stepped on one of the opposing players, and it winds up actually maybe slipping a little bit on his cleat. And it's Tabor. Moving through the midfield, Pacorn's going to send the ball to the far side. Jesenice is going to flick it on to Barutza. Barutza is going to spin, pulls it back, and now coming back to the middle of the field, looking for some opportunity here. Pacorn with the ball at his feet, down to Ludic. Ludic sends the ball forward just over the bar. Boy, a big ball from Ludic coming in, and once again, you're going to see that Ludic and Brisky going to come forward. Ludic will come forward a little bit more. During the friendlies, we saw Brisky really coming up, though. Brisky, we talked about his quality as a defender, but Brisky is a very aggressive player, and there are moments when he gets down into the box and creates a lot of havoc. Darian Matic's teams, he wants them forward, he wants them into the box. When he coached Triglav 2 seasons ago, Triglav led the league in scoring. Now with a top scorer on the team, plus a coach that's really looking to put balls in the back of the net. Tabor already with a 1-0 lead just 15 minutes into this season. And looking to continue on with that. Ball's going to be bounced around, cleared out. Brisky's just going to let the ball bounce behind him before he controls it. And Tabor are going to try and restart the attack. Well, you get a chance to see the background. When the game slows up a little bit, I want you to take a look up. Jesenice is right in a valley. The Alps are there, and it's literally between two mountains as Krapukin comes on a run across. And again, we see the danger of the ability to create danger from Tabor is immediately it happens. Here's Kyle looking at the mountains, and then all of a sudden Krapukin comes running through. A nice save from Jesenice's keeper. And now we get our first corner. As Tabor are going to line up, they've got 2 men right by the keeper. Keep an eye on Krapukin, though, as 3 really big men. Ball comes across, looking for the penalty spot. Boy, hits it, and as Ludic had come in, looked like, Jesenice did a really good job pushing everybody to that front post. And so a good ball kind of goes to waste as now Jesenice on the run, coming back across. Jesenice right in the middle of the field, now go to the far side. And across in, too far, good job by Kreintz. Kreintz uses the body and then miscontrols it. Looked like he was trying to flick it on and get on a run. Bounces out, and so Jesenice going to be in control, trying to move the ball into the box a little bit. They've got the ball towards the goal a couple of times. Nothing overly dangerous just yet, as Zeriali has been able to work into this game very nicely. Ball taken away. Barutza closes down quickly as Krapukin up on the far side. Now Krapukin's going to delay a little bit, kicks it out to Barutza. Barutza back across, waiting, there's Chadesh to Krapukin. Krapukin off of the chest, and boy, it just bounces. Oh man, as Chadesh was backing up, couldn't quite get a lot onto the header. Looked like the net was gonna be open, but it falls to Krapukin, who has to try to control it with his, boy, it looked like almost his belly button, and just bounces away. Oh man, Tabor continues to be dangerous. Would love to see a 2-0 here before we head to halftime. We have plenty of time before we go to halftime, honestly. A great job is now Jesenice, and Jesenice here really needing to hold the ball a little bit. Part of the problem Jesenice is running into is that Tabor press is taking the ball continuously. Speaking of, here comes the press. Krapukin's going to close the keeper down, and the keeper's just got to get rid of it. He's going to get it over to Rock Ludic. You're going to hear Ludic's name winning header after header this season. Goes back over. The second ball is going to be won by Jesenice, and now Jesenice tries to slow things down just a little bit, as looking to try to find a way to at least gain a little bit of momentum back. Jesenice with a lot of speed on the outside, haven't been able to use that just yet. He's back now through the middle. Chadesh to Ludic. Ludic does a nice job, spins through a couple of defenders. Now he comes forward, fancy footwork, eludes 2, now 3, 4 defenders, gets the ball out. Man, they're going to switch the field as Kreintz is down on the near side, goes for a one-timer, flicks it off, but that's going to be offside. So Kreintz is going to be offside, and we'll redo this once again. Boy, the excitement. How about the big man Ludic, known for his physicality, uses the fancy footwork. Jesenice going to drop the ball back. Now back through the midfield. Can they break through this high press of Tabor? You see Tabor actually right now outnumbering behind the, in the area of the ball. They had 4 offensive players for Jesenice's 3. Good job for Jesenice to recognize that, get it out of the way. And Jesenice player goes down hard. He's going to wind up winning a foul. And we're going to set it up for a restart for Jesenice. Jesenice, they're gonna take this opportunity and they say, you know what, we're gonna try and get this ball down into the box with a little bit of danger here. Jesenice, can't tell who that is on the ball, you'll forgive me. We're going to try to use their size advantage down in the box. Long ball, back post. Kreintz does a good job. I believe that's Kreintz. Gets a head on it and just flicks it out. As the Reds of Jesenice were trying to get that back post, flick it back for that second header. So we're going to go into a corner now. Short corner, Jesenice drop it down to Panic. Then the ball goes in, rejected immediately by Tabor, and on the run is Tabor. You can see Krapukin's already calling for the ball, says, give it to me, let's run. They're going to go through the midfield, and boy, hit from behind, now in a physical battle. And the foul coming through. That was going to be Barutza. So Barutza coming from behind the ball was trying to get on the ball and run through. winds up taking a knock, and they're going to get a restart from the positive side of midfield. And now really quickly off and running. Camera's a little bit out of focus as we're finally getting back in focus, and now we'll move on. Ball across just over the head of Krapukin. Here comes Ludic once again. Ludic flicks it on as Krapukin was having to stay onside, come back towards the ball. We've already seen Ludic, though, get way forward in a couple of offensive situations. We didn't see that much in the second half of last year. Ludic was a man that came on a transfer in the middle of the season as he joined from the first division, Radamolye. Stepped right in, started just about every match for Tabor. Now a long ball down the side. Zeriali is there to make sure that there's no danger. It's going to wind up going out. We haven't really had much of a chance to talk too much about Jesenice. Jesenice, a late signing, winds up stepping in as, boy, flicked on by Krapukin. Krapukin onto Barutza. Barutza gets around the keeper, comes back, and just knocked away by the last defender. A great job on the line from that last defender. Boy, it really looked like Krapukin, excuse me, that Barutza was going to have his first goal of the season. A really wonderful job. Boy, did we get our first card of the day? We absolutely have. So coming back, trying to stop a little bit of the run. It's going to be Chadesh. So Chadesh comes back. Too happy, as Brishke is a man that will definitely give you his opinion. He is a leader on this team. He's going to wear the captain's armband, but he's not real thrilled about what happened. I think the official was seeing Chadesh maybe trying to stop progress, and I think Brishke just said that he was trying to catch up to the ball. And as we're going to get a hydration break, the enjoyable hydration break for those of you that watch the World Cup. That was certainly something that was an interesting debate as we went on through the World Cup. Needed here, though, outside. Boy, I tell you what, though, Jesenice, when I got a chance to go, I've been trying to put together a YouTube video of my trip to Tabor and Jesenice. It was pretty amazing that I got to go from the Mediterranean Ocean or Mediterranean Sea all the way up to the mountains in one day. Man, Slovenia is absolutely beautiful. If you get a chance to go, I hope that you will. It's coming back out now, out of the hydration break, 25 minutes in. And the yellow is what stopped the play, and so they're going to get it started again. A spot kick from Jesenice. By Tabor to this point, it's the way football works. You can't just say because they've had some great chances that it should be 4-0, but boy, it really could be legitimately 3-0, 4-0 right here. Krapukin, a lot of pressure on Jesenice. They're just going to have to kick it away, try and find somebody in the middle of the field. As that's going to be Anel Zulic. Zulic, the 21-year-old who is 6'3", flicks it away. So Zulic, a part of that really large back line. Brishke, about 5'10", but between Zulic and Ludic, they've got a very large average height. As Jesenice now trying to slow things down, but Tabor trying to speed them up. Ludic is going to go through the back of one of the Jesenice players. And they're going to get started once again. Not going to try and get everybody down into the field, though. I believe that's going to be Stanijevic that goes down. Got a chance to see Stanijevic run in person. He is very fast. Got to keep an eye on him on this near side, as he can really open it up and create problems for the defense with his speed. Nice move back to the inside, and Tabor close it down though, and now watch out, Tabor on the run. Krapukin comes back onside. They try and get the ball to the near side. Just a little bit too heavy on the touch, but a really nice look and a nice spot as well, trying to get 2 men off and running. As the shadow's going to be creeping over the pitch throughout the game. That is a really large activity center with a gym. It's got the locker rooms for the teams. Beautiful facility there in Jesenice. Flicked on. And coming forward, boy, a lot of back and forth. There's nothing really clean. The ball in contention the whole time. It looks like the side judge is going to, the assistant referee is going to lift his flag for a foul. Free kick for Jesenice as Jesenice, despite being on the back foot, still have another chance here to try to get a ball into the box. Tabor need to be organized. Really big, man. You got Krapukin, Zulic, and Ludic right in the middle of the box. Left foot coming in. It's going to be swinging towards the goal. Rocks in, headed away by Zulic. Zulic up and over everybody. And a corner. So second corner of the day for Jesenice. First one was from the near side. Now they're going to go from the far side. They went short the first time. Are they going to try and go short once again? Corner's going to come in high to the back post. Header, boy, just misses the header. You can see the player that was nearest us, the Jesenice player that was nearest us, is that number 9, Gabriel Giacchino. You saw him put his hands on his head. I think he was as excited about the possibility of that header as I was worried. Ball inevitably goes over the head though. A nice job by Kreitz walling off as the cameras get a little bit out of focus. We're going to bring him back into focus eventually, I hope. And Zeriali is just going to send the ball a long way forward, looking for Krapukin on the far side. Ball bounces back. And now in contention, Ludic goes up. May not win the header, but he certainly wins the physical battle as that ball bounces to Brishki. And now on the near side, going to be taken away. Is that Barutza that goes down hard? And holding his hip. I'm going to see if we can get, right now the sun's shining off his back. No, excuse me. Yaros Chadish. So Chadish goes down hard, and that's a track. It's not like the rubber track. It's just a dirt track. But anytime you go down on something other than grass, painful. And so he's gonna take a little bit of a breather. We're gonna get started again. Now the ball goes over the other way though. Moving forward, sent way up onto the mountain. I got to tell you, everybody, it appears that the sound may be a little bit behind, so if it is, I apologize, the sound from the field. Zeriali starts off. They're going to play out from the back. Flicked along. Petkov goes back to Kreitz. Kreitz goes high in the air. Now running through, I believe that's going to be Pekorn. Pekorn flicks it on. Looking for a runner. Kreitz is on the near side as he's gonna drop off. Kreitz comes back to the inside, back to Ludic now. Ludic looking for some options. He tries to flick it on high. Can't tell who that was going to try to get onto it. Camera trying to catch up. Taken away by Jesenice and just gonna be cleared for a throw. Brishki is gonna go all the way back to Zeriali. Ludic on the near side with a long ball into Kreitz. Kreitz with a nice run, comes across. Boy, looking for Krapukin, and another nice save from the Jesenice keeper. Boy, a very talented keeper. Already seen some good play from him to this point. Got a chance when I was up there. You'll forgive me. I know I keep referring to my trip up there. I was really impressed with Jesenice, though. Not just the city, not just the club, but A couple of really good players for Jesenice. Keeper doing a great job to this point, stretches out and prevents that ball across the middle. There's that ball. Foul on Jesenice, and Tabor is going to get the restart. "31 minutes down, now 32 minutes down. Tabor looking to try to add on to their lead. They've been on the front foot basically the entire match. As an errant pass. And Jesenice going to turn it around, head back the other direction. Just as soon as we say that, ball goes back the other way. Long ball looking for Kreitz, maybe a little bit mishit as they were looking for Kreitz. Ludic now has to quickly retreat. This is the one thing that you always get worried about with team getting forward, and it's just part of football. But Ludic does a good job retreating, and now Giacchino comes downside, cuts back across the middle, but cutting back away from the goal. Now a step over, go to the outside, and comes back. And he's going to recycle, comes back out to the outside. Giacchino was trying to do it on his own there, has to wind up getting rid of it. Now ball in at the top of the 18, bounced around, rejected. Jesenice retained possession though. Giacchino goes to the top side. They're going to go all the way to the far side. Long ball in, headed away. Really nice job. Believe that was Picorn getting on the end of that header. Sends it across. And Tabor do a good job forcing Jesenice to retreat back out, and we'll start over again with Jesenice. They're going to kick a ball in and going to be out. As looked like they were looking for a runner. That might have been Giacchino once again. Giacchino, very talented player. It's going to go out, and Zeriali's there to make sure. Now he's going to set up to get things restarted for us. And a long ball down the far side. Two players on Krapukin, one by Tabor though, and Tabor on the far side, and then going down. Is that going to wind up being a yellow? You can see there, and there's the yellow for Jesenice. Can't tell who that is, but Jesenice get the yellow earned. I believe that's by Barutza. Either Barutza or Jesenice getting down the far side. Does a nice job. Krapukin wins the header. Ball goes back to either Jesenice or Barutza. Again, you'll forgive me, I can't tell who that is. If they'll zoom in on him, I'll let you know. As he comes through, gets taken down, and now yellows are 1-1. Everybody's going to line up at the top of the 18. It's going to be Petkov on the ball. Petkov with two hands raised. Does everybody know what they're going to do? Sends the ball in, curling high, and boy, actually a little bit mishit. Chipped it a little bit and winds up going way outside the 18. Everybody's running to the net. The ball goes the other direction. Goes all the way back to Zeriali, who sends it forward as several of the Tabor players were still retreating to get back on side. A header from Jesenice at least slows everything down a little bit, and Tabor are going to run forward, get their defense reset before the throw-in. Throw comes to the middle. That's going to be Ludic. And Ludic is going to be dispossessed. Trying to win the ball. Couldn't quite get there, as I'm not sure who that was trying to win that. Chadesh already on a yellow, so got to be careful if that's him coming back towards the ball. And Grishke gets things started out from the back. Kreitz on the ball, going to come down the near side. Kreitz with a nice job, walls off, comes back. Chadesh goes down on the slip. Kreitz sends the ball forward. And in the back of the net, Jan Kreitz once again. Kreitz with a great strike across. Kreitz comes in. He's got his brace. We're only one half in. How about Kreitz? Comes across, slams it past the keeper. We talked about that one of the things that Tabor are going to do is that they're going to try and create a lot of havoc for the keeper. And it's exactly what happened. As we're going to get a chance, boy, let's take a look at the replay. And we're going to look at the whole setup here because it happens so quickly. They come across down to the near side. Kreitz on the ball is going to see the runner across, so he walls off. You see a little bit of an arm runner across, and then the slip gets rejected. Kreitz comes up on top of it and slams it past the keeper. Jan Kreitz is saying hello to the world of Slovenian football. You guys better write my name down and remember it. And Tabor with a 2-0 lead. 38th minute. As Krapukin's going to try and run down another ball. Krapukin doing a lot of running for Tabor. Jesenice. To this point, Jesenice, you know, it's only the first half. Of the second half, they're going to have to figure something out in terms of getting forward and putting some real chances on goal. And with the pressure that Tabor are already putting on them, you know, it's going to wind up having to open them up a little bit. If Tabor can hold defensively, they've got a shot to continue to really open this match up. Now, Jesenice, and really no space. You see, boy, as Giacchino just throws his arms in the air, he's really unhappy. I think he's looking for some movement in front of the ball, and there's not a lot of movement in front of the ball, so he winds up having to go back and starting to see a little bit of the frustration for Jesenice through Giacchino. Tabor wind up winning the ball back and going to start it once again with Ludic. Ludic down to Petkov, so Petkov drops back. And here comes Kreitz. Kreitz and Krapukin, and a nice job from defender Solikovic. Solikovic just says, no thank you. We're going to get this ball out and slow everything down. So Kreitz on the throw. They're going to hold it up just a little bit. Kreitz looking for where he's going to go. Walks forward just a tad. Now a short throw back to Kreitz. Back out to, I believe that was Petkov, and trying to clear it. As Jesenice win the ball, a nice job. Petkov coming back. Laying down, they're going to wind up calling a foul and a yellow. So a yellow goes out to number 16, Stankovic. As, who's that on the ground? We're going to take a look. Is that 23? So that's Mihail Briški. So we talked about it. Briški comes forward, and in Briški getting forward, winds up adding to the numbers and putting some pressure on Jesenice. And so Stankovic winds up with the yellow now. Nice job from Briški. We've seen Briški and Ludic involved in the offense on this near side. Not so much from Zulic. They're not asking that from Zulic. They're asking Zulic to be a big body on defense and get in the box with his 6'3" frame. But Ludic and Briški with a lot of experience at really high levels, as they are doing a great job adding to the pressure. Jesenice over the ball. Petkov and Jesenice. Jesenice is going to go with that left foot, flicks it in. Nice curling ball, headed away by the first defender. Boy, it was a dangerous looking ball, and now taken away. Great play. Couldn't tell who that was. Jesenice is going to send it back in, rejected away, headed in by possibly Briški. And look, here's the hustle. Keeper's down on the floor. Can we get the ball in? They're going to flick it in. Krapukin goes for the header, knocked away. And you see the running that we talked about. That's going to be Čadež. Čadež comes in, slips in front of the keeper, and they just couldn't quite get the ball back towards the net. Great hustle, great running, relentless from Tabor. Jesenice did a good job with an open net, just getting a lot of bodies in front of it. Outside footer slipped in, headed away by Zulic. Good job from Zulic to get the ball away from danger, and now cycled around trying to get to the top of the 18. A nice move. He goes down as he kicks the ball, goes all the way across. So you wonder, so it's a warm day in Slovenia. You wonder, we've seen a couple of slips out there at midfield. If the shadows coming across, maybe creating a little bit of a slick pitch. We've seen, especially for Jesenice, maybe getting a little outside of their center of gravity on some of these kicks, sliding as they go for the kick, and the ball winds up going crazily high. And Jesenice in control. Kicking it down the far side, a little bit of back and forth in contention. Tabor look like they've got a chance as with back and forth physical battle on the line. Who's going to come away with it? There's 4 Tabor jerseys, 1 Jesenice, but boy, everything gets compacted very quickly. Tabor going to win the throw. Tabor set up with about 2 minutes left. Not sure how much added time we're going to wind up getting. Can they get one more really good look at goal here in the next couple of minutes? Petkov sends the ball down. Kreintz off of the chest. Oh boy, tries to flick it back with that right foot to Krapukin. It just gets a little bit too close to the keeper. The keeper did a great job being aware, comes out. And a foul as little heavy on the pressure, so they're going to get things restarted. 2 minutes remaining in regular time of the first half. Ball moves to the far side, way out in the shadows. As the game is getting continuously darker with those shadows making their way more and more across the pitch. And a foul is going to get called on Jesenice. Going to allow Tabor to slow things down a little bit here and kill a couple more seconds before we get the game restarted. Brischke's going to back off. Looks like Brischke may be sending the ball forward. He's not. He's going to go down to Ludic. And now Ludic across to Zulic. Kreintz on the near side. Kreintz with a step back towards the middle. Petkov to Brischke, and Brischke up to Zulic. Excuse me, to Pokorn. Pokorn to Zulic. And the pass from Jesenice comes back, taken away by Jesenice, but there's Petkov. We talk about Petkov. Sees things before they're happening, does a really good job of reading the game. It's one of the things that makes him so good in that midfield as the ball is going to wind up. Ludic tries to get across. Ball's going to get taken away, kicked away, and Brischke with a nice job using his body to shield off is going to win the throw. The physical battle, and Brischke winds up losing the armband in the middle of it. He's going to get a little bit of assistance, put that back on. Kreintz steps down, long throw, looking for Krapukin, couldn't quite get there. Header across though. And now Jesenice, boy, a really nice turn right at the top from Jesenice. Sliding in is Ludic. Ludic with a nice job slides in and wins the battle. Couldn't quite get the ball out right at the end though, so Jesenice back on the ball. Going down once again as a Jesenice player. And Tabor going to be able to send the ball forward as the camera is struggling to deal with the change from the light to the dark a little bit. Hopefully at halftime, hopefully they'll also kind of wipe off the lens. I don't know if it's a wet lens or a dirty lens, if they've had some moisture or what there. Tabor with the throw, as you see the regular time has ended. The clock counting down, or I guess counting up on the extra time. Probably about 2 minutes, one for each goal if I had to guess. Well, and then you also have the... Well, I was gonna say that you had the hydration break, but we're going to play 1 minute of added time and call it. That's going to be 2-0 at the half. Tabor in control. How about Jan Kreintz announces his presence with authority? Hey, we're going to head to halftime. Got a great conversation with Stanislav Krapukin about this season and his hopes. Hopefully you'll stick around, and we'll be back after halftime. So have the opportunity. The chair doesn't do him justice. He's much larger than I am, but I get to introduce you to one of the new goal scorers, not only in our team, but familiar to the league in Stanislav Krapukin. Stanislav, so we were just talking about, so you're not going by Stanislav because there's already somebody with that name. So what name are you going by?
Usually my teammates call me Stane.
Stane.
It's short version, yeah, and here we also have Stanislav. So
yeah, that's right. So Stane, so coming to Tabor, kind of get an opportunity to try and push for promotion. What drew you to Tabor?
For Tabor, for my personal target is like big ambitions, fighting for promotion, and that's some challenge that I'm looking for, because not many teams in Slovenia fighting, especially for the first places.
Yeah.
So decision for me was pretty easily. So Tabor called me, our director tell me the situation that now is the club really want to promote, and they are looking for a striker who know the league.
Mm-hmm.
So I play in that league.
Yeah.
So I know how it is there, and it's not so easy, and I can share that experience with my teammates, and also give something. Hope I will give something for the club.
Well, and you know the league well. You know, you've led this league in scoring once before. Obviously this year with Darian Matic and really trying to push to score a lot of goals and really want to have the ball. What is it that you think obviously your skills are one thing. What is your experience going to bring to some of the guys on the team and trying to help them learn? How do you put the ball in the back of the net? They know how. We could, but in a match, it's very difficult.
It's very difficult, and because that league for me is more about fighting, fighting till the end, 90 minutes. You have to wait the moment, and especially with our team, I think most of the opponents will play like low block, and we have to have patience to score goals, and that's for sure. I hope I will share that everybody have to be professional, and we put 100% on every training, and give all of his personality and all of his for the team, because only if you will do 100%, you can achieve something.
Yeah. Now, you are a big guy. I'm not sure the camera is going to do it justice. You're very tall, but you're also very strong. Tell me a little bit about what it's like when you're trying to fight for a ball on the spot, or you're trying to fight for a header. Talk about the physical battle.
Physical battle, yeah. It's also a lot of small details, how you work with your core, how you work with your hand. You have to feel the opponent. Sometimes you have to find the right timing when you have to push opponent and come to the ball, and it's also about how much you can take the shots from the opponent, to be on have patience, to not fight back and get the cards and something. So for me, for a strong guy, big guy, also the big thing to find the balance, to have also flexibility with movements, to be also more available for everything, not only for the long balls and stuff. I also have to run, the opening, and jumps.
So what would you prefer? You know, if every goal came from either your head or your foot, which one would you rather it be?
For foot, it'd be easier, but but I'm ready for the headers and
Yeah.
yeah, for any kind. Also rebounding, I'm the like my type of striker is like tap in, who are always like counting in the box in the box. So yeah,
Yeah.
that's like my
Yeah.
stuff.
Okay, so you're going to be you're the first Russian-born player that I have I'll be calling for. I'm not sure I've seen too many in this league altogether. You're from St. Petersburg. How long ago was it that you started playing in maybe not just in Slovenia but just in this area?
I lived St. Petersburg like for the first foreign club. It was 2021. I went to Latvia, and after was many clubs in Serbia, Kazakhstan, and finally in Slovenia in 2024 I came, and I really like here. It's like totally maybe for I'm looking for like Balkan country, more in Europe with that culture code, because St. Petersburg also close to Europe, also some vibe of that.
Yeah.
And I'm really like enjoying. And everybody, if somebody asking me about Slovenia, I tell them how many different sides of Slovenia, like seaside, mountains, culture, caves.
Yeah.
On the so no, like on the compare with Russia, small area.
Yeah. Oh, yes. Very small area. Yes. Yes. Okay. So, what about Tabor? You've only been here for about a week, right? Tell me a little bit. How's it going with the club? Are you enjoying it? You enjoying kind of the trainings, the team? How's that going?
Poof! I was really surprised from the first day because people here, staff here, so professional. It was like testing before the starting of preseason. We start do all of the stuff like to just check our health, and for the people there, even like in the city, in the apartments, everybody's so kind, and I really like because the team, how I looks pretty well.
Yeah.
Coach, amazing. So only positive things from that, and I can't wait to like fully go in to that hard work. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Okay, so are you living with somebody on the team?
No, I'm living alone. Yeah, I'm looking now for apartment. My girlfriend will come at the end of the month.
Oh, so your girlfriend's here then, or
She's
is coming?
from Slovenia.
Now we know why we're in Slovenia.
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome. Okay, all right. So last question for you. End of the season, we're 3 points and we get promoted. Ball's coming to you. It's the 89th minute. How do you want it? How are you putting it in the back of the net? Are you want it at the top of the 18? You want it in the box, head, foot? You set up the situation and tell me.
I want to do that. It will be like one by one, and I will do some skills. Be on the empty net and like already celebrate.
I love it. That's it. Oh, that's
and
awesome.
Finally got for the celebrating.
That's awesome. Well, Jesenice, I appreciate it. Thank you for talking to me. Good luck this season, and we're going to be cheering for you and celebrating a lot of goals. So you'll be scoring, and I'll be on the microphone yelling while you're scoring. So I think it'll be a good partnership. So
also, yeah.
Awesome. Well, thank you, buddy. I appreciate it. So. Welcome back, everybody, for half number 2. As boy, you'll forgive me, things got started off so quickly that I didn't introduce myself. I'm Kyle Ship. You can reach out to me on Instagram, LinkedIn, YouTube. Would love to hear from you. There's my Instagram handle right underneath my name, at Kyle Ship. As always enjoy doing this and love getting a chance to talk to everybody, reach out to everybody, and just get a chance to create a community. That's my big thing, is I am all about relationships and community. And it's one of the really amazing things about Tabor is they have welcomed me in. I've taken several trips out there for those of you that follow me on social media, and got to know some of the staff, got to know some of the players. It's been really awesome and a fun journey for me as they allow me to come on here every week and chat you guys up and say some things that are good, say some things that are ridiculous, man. But we still have a great time with it as we're going to get underway. As I was asked in the chat about the cameras. Hey, they must have heard us at halftime, as they at least tried to clean them a little bit better. As you can tell, there's not quite as many spots, but it's and the glare from the sun behind the gymnasium there, the arena, is a little bit tough. As Tabor going to win a corner early on. Nice job, Tabor, get down on the near side, and Jesenice. So we're going to get a chance to see a really good look at Antonio Jesenice, as he's going to be running up and down the near side. We had some great shots of Jan Kreintz as he was just scoring goals at will. And now the corner, Jesenice is going to get set up, left foot out swinger. Ball comes across, and boy, headed just behind. Looked like that was, boy, couldn't tell who that was. It was trying to corral it at the back post, just flicked on. A good looking ball across though from Jesenice. And you can tell as they zoom out too much, we get a little bit of glare from that lens. So we'll do our best as we go. How about taking a ball away and across, cleared out of the way, back and forth. Krapukin tries to get on the end of it, can't get there. Man, they're going to call offside. Boy, as was that Barutza that was on the near side, takes away a ball early on. There's that high pressure. We're looking to really create some distance between Jesenice and Tabor early on. It looked like there was a collision. They were going long, and there was a collision between, I believe that's going to be Brishke and whoever the center forward is. He's really unhappy. The center forward saying, hey, wait a second, how's that not a card? But looked like everybody was looking at the ball, and some heavy steps there. They kicked it out, so they're going to throw it on into Tabor, as Tabor kicked it out in possession. And we're back underway. Zulich on the near side defender. So we got, again, we get a chance to see a different side of the field, get a chance to look at some of these guys that you have yet to see. Long ball, but going to go right over to Jesenice's defenders. Barutza trying to get on the end, trying to be a little bit of a pest as Jesenice flick it high and out. Zulich comes on the backside, and a throw as the collision was actually outside of the lines. So the ball had already gone out. Now Ludic flicks it away, and ball lost up at the top. Looks like maybe Kreintz slipped. And so again, we see Kreintz slipped. We saw a lot of Jesenice players slip in the shade. So wondering if it's going to be a little bit of an adjustment now with Tabor playing primarily in the shade, running up and down on the far side where they've had a lot of success with Kreintz. See if Tabor can make the adjustment. As Krapukin, nice job. Krapukin uses his body and walls it off. The glare gets in our way, and now we're out of the glare finally. Kreintz coming down the far side. Kreintz cuts to the outside, trying to get around. Back towards the middle and bounced away. Well, you'll forgive me. I'm doing my best to read this. A little bit tough with the screen and the cameras at the moment. As a long ball down, looking for Krapukin. The keeper winds up kicking it away. And now a battle on the far side for possession. And looks like everybody's moving down that direction. Jesenice in control. And Jesenice indeed. So now Solokovic is going to get things started, moves it down to Stanijevic, and back to Solokovic. So Jesenice trying to hold on to possession a little bit, moving back. Obviously, Tabor have already been dangerous, and really dangerous more so on the defensive end, as they using their press up high as an offensive strategy, and it's worked to this point. Brishki winds up having to retreat, clears a ball long way away. Barutza trying to run it down. And back across. Tabor now. Pokorn, boy, Pokorn takes a heck of a shove in the back. That's not exactly shoulder to shoulder there. It's anytime the shoulder meets the spine. I'm not going to call it shoulder to shoulder. Nice job. Good turn by Barutza. Barutza's got some opportunity. Kicks it back around towards the middle. Oh, boy, and running across. Coming in was Petkov. Petkov was running towards the goal. Barutza thought he was running a little bit more towards him, so the pass goes behind him. And now Jesenice trying to get on the offensive end as they turn to the far side. Boy, the push coming from Zulic, and they're going to call a foul on Zulic. And you kind of saw that as you saw both hands from Zulic go to the shoulder and extend. And a dangerous area here for Jesenice. Tabor been in control. These are the opportunities, though, that Jesenice could take advantage of and try to create some problems. So Tabor going to set up a wall as Zeriali has his 4 men, and it looks like he's got his 4 big men. So you got to get way up over that wall as Ludic at 6'5", Krapukin at 6'2", Zulic at 6'3", and I can't tell who the other person is on the wall. Somebody else is laying down behind. So basically they're saying you're going to have to go, oh, hang on, camera. There we go, as the camera's going to come back up for us. And couldn't quite get it down. A nice shot, though, but again, you've got to get it so high up over that wall. They weren't able to get it up and down, and the ball goes to that back netting. As Kreintz now being compared to Vinny Jr. in the chat. Hopefully not quite as expensive as Vinny Jr. is going to be, though. Jesenice back in control, long ball, and now back, though, is Tabor. So a really nice job, even though they don't have the ball, just kind of taking it back over. As going down and winning the foul is, boy, is that going to be Petkov again? Boy, you'll forgive me, guys. That glare is the sun has not quite got down behind that mountain yet. When it goes down behind the mountain, I think this is going to be a really a great view, because it's going to be darker and we're going to have some more contrast. Jesenice down on the near side. Jesenice with a flick on. Boy, just over the head. Who was that running in? Streaking across to the near post. Krapukin was at the back post. Retreating back to the far side. So I'm wondering if that was Chadish. Well, you saw him streaking in, just missing the header. Going down, trying to come across. Tabor is going to lose possession, and a defender on the ground for Jesenice. As Jesenice is just going to flick the ball out as the defender goes down hard and stays down. The physicality starting to really affect these players. And this early in the season, a physical game running like this is really tough. Man, hey, while we get a chance, let's take a look at the replay here of Jesenice coming down the near side. See, Jesenice comes down, and watch the streaker coming across, coming in from the far side, just up over his head. Boy, as that was very close to being dangerous, and a really nice job. Tabor creating chances. So now ball heads back over. They threw the ball back in. Zeriali is going to hang on to it for a little bit, picks it up, and he's going to roll it and send it forward. In the middle, a little bit of a decoy, and boy, a heavy collision. No whistle, though, and still down on the pitch is one of the Tabor players as the ball almost lands right on top of him after the header. And still down, just now getting up. And boy, that type of collision, that's a heavy collision. Good job by Brishke. You know, as Brishke steps out and slows everything down, Jesenice on a little bit of a break. Brishke steps out, just nicks the ball, and you see the ability of Brishke to be in the right spot at the right time, slow things down. Boy, Jesenice now having to deal. Jesenice is going to lose a ball. Boy, that's really tough as Marva comes forward. Marva now with a little bit of opportunity, cuts to the inside, and really great defense. Couldn't tell who that was that steps in. Jesenice loses the ball. Marva takes it from him. Marva winds up losing it. Long ball in, Ludic on the end of it. And a couple of headers later, and everybody's running the other direction. Tabor in control. A great job of defense. That might have been Pecorn that was coming back across as the defensive midfielder. When you see some of the abilities that Pecorn has and the ability not just to play well in that defensive midfield, but as a quality defensive midfielder and as a quality winger fullback type. So really helpful, not just the ability he has to play multiple positions and play them both well, very helpful. Now on the end of it, as Brishke comes across you'll forgive me, boy, the ball comes out of those shadows and that glare. You're just kind of guessing as it goes. Now the ball down to the near side. I believe that's going to be Barutza. Barutza cuts back to the inside, flicks it to the middle, and trying to control it back. It's going to go over to Jesenice, and now Jesenice has got a little bit of momentum. Here comes Marva now. Mavra back across. Nice save by Zeriali. Zeriali goes to the far side of the net, knocks it out. But boy, the first really awesome chance, and we're seeing Jesenice start to pick up some momentum, trying to get that ball rolling their way a little bit. As they've got on the front foot, and the near side is what we're seeing. So Zulich and Jesenice, a couple of the new guys under fire right now, and a great job from Zeriali. We've seen the ability of Zeriali and his shot-stopping abilities. Now a corner, boy, a lot of people right inside that 6-yard box. It's going to be low, flicked away immediately. They didn't get it up over that first defender, maybe just trying to get it to that near post. They're going to get it restarted, try and send the ball in. Ludic wins the header, as we always expect him to. And to the far side now for Jesenice. Running back across, looking for some space to get the ball to the middle of the pitch. Good job by Tabor, holding strong in the middle, going to send it back again. Boy, and a trip by one of the defenders, trips over the ball. Almost disastrous for him. He winds up getting the ball back, though. There's Zulich. Zulich steps in, flicks it on to Barutza. Barutza tries to spin a ball around to Krapukin. Arm-in-arm battle, and Krapukin not going to be able to win that. As, boy, they're actually going to call a foul on Krapukin. It's a pretty light foul, it looked like. Look, there's just some arm-in-arm battle. Jesenice now. I'm assuming you're going to send the ball forward. And out of the glare, as we see, picking the ball up on the Tabor side of the pitch. Going to come to the near side, just trying to switch fields. As now Jesenice trying to build in possession here, drawing Tabor out. Going to go down the far side with a little bit of a run, unable to keep the ball in, though. And throw goes back over to Tabor. Ready for the throw now. Took a little bit. We're back and ready. Ball bouncing around on the far side. And Jesenice come out with it. Jesenice are going to win another dangerous free kick. So coming across the middle, Jesenice wind up going down. Boy, and again, is that Giacchino? I think I had called it out as Solikovic earlier. Giacchino, I believe, is actually the player I was referring to. A lot of speed, a lot of ability on the ball that I got the chance to see in person, and you see him run and open it up, and you can kind of see the danger that he presents to the defense. So a little bit further than their last free kick. Again, they're going to send out a wall. Can't quite tell how many people are in this one. I would assume it's going to be a very similar amount, though, as they're going to lay somebody down. So you get those guys that are all 6'3", 6'2", 6'5", and you put somebody down underneath them. You can't go over them, and you can't go under them. So you got to try and go around them. Kick's going to come in, and nice job by Zeriali. Boy, Zeriali has to go up. A really good free kick. Didn't get a chance to see the angle, though. Zeriali was sitting right in the middle of the goal, so he was waiting for it. That ball looked like it was going to get underneath the bar if he's not there, so a great job from the defense of Tabor. And now with 30 minutes remaining in this match, Tabor looking to try to find a way to be a little bit more offensive than what they had been. We've seen a couple of good opportunities for them. Obviously, they're trying to stay back and prevent a goal to bring it back to 2-1, so not trying to extend themselves too much. But I would love to see a 3-0 lead right now. The shadows now, at least on the Jesenice half of the pitch, have creeped all the way across to that near line. It is quickly getting darker in Jesenice, Slovenia, on the north side of Slovenia. Tabor in control. Masinic to Barutza. Barutza's going to come back to Masinic, who, boy, winding up, now sends the ball across. And the header is going to be sent away. Looked like whoever that was in the middle of the pitch was moving in the opposite direction. But now is Tabor, a really great job from Zulic. Zulic sends the ball forward. Barutza, one-on-one, drops it off to Masinic. Now Barutza spins to the outside and comes back. Barutza goes down hard, takes a push in the back, and a free kick for Tabor. And a good job just kind of being pesky from Barutza. Eventually hangs onto the ball long enough and winds up winning the free kick. Masinic with that left foot's going to set up as Tabor getting as far down into the box as the defense of Jesenice are going to allow them. This is where the big men of Tabor can play in. Comes into the back post and just up and over. Difficult to see who that was. As Jesenice and the keeper just going to send the ball forward, get it out of danger. As well, if Tabor, if Tabor kind of weathered the Jesenice storm and now can, as we see that even in matches where one team wins running away, there's always moments. Boy, it's a big kick and just off the side of the foot. I believe that's Masinic again. Big kick just tails away from the keeper. Even in moments where it feels like one team is in control, the momentum will swing, and even a team that's way behind or a team that hasn't been on the front foot will have those opportunities. If Tabor could have weathered that opportunity and then turns it around, as we're going to get a couple of players on the field. Masinic is going to be coming out, and I believe that's going to be Slacic coming in. So Slacic, a familiar face, is going to step onto this near side and get an opportunity as also coming off. So how about Luka Barutza with a good game, comes off and brings on, oh boy, was that Jesenice, I believe. We saw his signing earlier. I didn't get a chance to see that number right at the last second. The camera moved out of the way. I believe that was Jesenice. And I'll say you'll forgive me. I know him by his first name. I'll say his full name here in just a moment. Jesenice Osin Odia, wearing number 8, as he's an attacking midfielder. If you had a chance to see any of the matches that were friendlies at the end, Jesenice was playing in that 9 position and was really running like crazy. He's a strong young man, runs well, and works very, very hard. So he's going to take over for Barutza. As Jesenice now looking to move forward, Trying to keep one eye on my replay so I can see maybe when they put up his number. Jesenice trying to come inside. Boy, cuts it back across, and a nice job right in the way. You know, yes, we have confirmation that is Jesenice Odia. And if I'm saying his name incorrectly, I do apologize. I work hard on trying to say everybody's name correctly. So if anyone is watching, a relative of his, and I'm saying it incorrectly, please feel free to reach out to me. Help me out with the pronunciation. We have discussed before that my Texas upbringing doesn't always fit well with saying names that I am not familiar with. I work hard on it, do my best. Try and give you guys as professional an experience as possible while still having a little bit of the Kyle flair to it. Is now going the other way. Jesenice with an opportunity comes across. A nice job from Zeriali. Zeriali, another good save, gets in the way of that ball and erases a potential mistake. So Tabor back now in control with the throw. They're going to get set up. See if they can move forward a little bit. Ball bounces around. Jesenice giving chase, unable to get there as Krapukin with the header. Jesenice trying to get on that second ball, won by Jesenice though, but kicked out. And now another throw for Tabor. And running through, so a nice job on the throw is you know, running through, I believe that might have been Kreintz. Winds up going down. You saw the flag go up for the foul as he was running through. A foot goes out, catches him. And we'll set up for a free kick for Tabor. So, and Tabor going to send a few people forward. So I wonder if they're going to send this down towards the goal. They're not exactly going everybody down there, but 5 men going to be running towards the box. Left-footed in-swinger coming on. Can they get the flick across, or are they just going to go to the middle of the pitch? We sent in, trying to go to the middle and flick it on, or at least get possession to send it on. But possession is going to be lost, and I'm assuming as the camera moves the other direction, it means that now we get so a stoppage, and so in for Jesenice is going to be number 3. We'll let you know who that is in just a moment. Did not see who's going to be coming out, though. So I'm going to pull up the team sheet, and 3 is going to be Kukovica Gasper. Excuse me, Gasper. So Gasper comes in, as presumably comes in to try and add a little bit to the offensive firepower of Jesenice. Moving down the far side. As the ball bouncing back and forth a little bit. Well, the sun is the combination of the sun and the cameras right now giving us a little bit of difficulty, so I apologize. Doing my best to try to guide us through, as I'm also keeping an eye on the chat right now. I know I wasn't looking at it too much in the first half, trying to keep an eye on it now. As the ball comes down to the near side, boy, hits off of, what did that hit off the face of Stanijevic? So Stanijevic with a nose to the ball, puts it back on the floor, and now they're going to move it forward. It's Jesenice needing to start getting forward a little bit. They've got time to be patient. Now a nice breakthrough. Going to have to back off at the end, though, so good job recovering position from Tabor. And now coming down the far side, going down, says nothing to it, so trying to win a penalty. And now some pushing and shoving in the middle of the box, as that's going to be Brischke. I'm not sure who that was pushing back and forth with Brischke. I believe, is that Solikovic possibly? Now they give a high five, so we're all good. Everybody's friends. Oh, no, excuse me. That was going to be Mavra. So we're all friends now after a little bit of pushing and shoving. Zeriali is just going to send the ball a long way forward, up high, and then back down. So in response to one of the comments, your local asphalt ballers, when you were asking me my thoughts on the cameras, let's say it takes a lot to get me to wish that we had the Veo cam operating. But I am definitely in favor of our Veo cam right now. Tabor on the far side, comes back across, tries to flick it in. It's going to be knocked away from Jesenice. And the throw goes to Jesenice, it looks like, is maybe last touched off of a Tabor player. So they're going to throw it forward. I'm assuming we got to be getting close to the hydration break. We took one in the first half. And honestly, I thought when Tabor made a couple of changes, I thought we were going to be taking another hydration break. We have not yet, though. The ball's going to be coming forward. Sent in, looking for the middle of the field, headed away. Back on it. And boy, actually, who is that I believe Petkov sends a ball in and knocked off the head of one of our own players across. Boy, and heavy across. Who's that down on the pitch? Whoever that is who took the ball off of the face. So I don't know if it was Pokorn or Petkov that took that shot, and it possibly hit off of Krapukin's head. So Krapukin says, if anybody's scoring in this half, it will be me. As he gets in the way, he does not mean to, for sure. The ball's sent forward now into the midfield. First header by Jesenice. Everybody misses the second, and they're going to say that Jesenice a little too physical. Tabor get the restart. 20 minutes remaining in this match. Fairly quiet second half to this point. There have been some opportunities, primarily for Jesenice. Slotchik sends the ball across as Krapukin was coming in. Another nice save from the keeper. Saves a goal. Boy, Krapukin was right there up in the air. He's going to put a foot on it. Slotchik now back in control. Dances back to the inside. Nice job retaining it after losing it. Ball knocked away. Big swing towards the net and knocked away by Jesenice. As on the far side, a battle. Who's going to come away with it? A little head tennis back on the far side as Tabor in control, running across midfield. It's going to be Jesenice in control, so Jesenice is going to drop it off. And now Slotchik just looking to retain possession, is way far forward as Jesenice. So Jesenice with lots of pressure. Zeriali gets it out from pressure. I believe that's going to be Jesenice up in the air. Now everybody's off and running. As the ball, I believe, goes down towards the keeper. Got a little fuzzy on us, couldn't quite tell. Ball on the far side now. As Jesenice in a battle, and it weaves through a couple of Tabor players. And some open space on the near side, overlapping run, but Mavra is just going to hang on to it, gets it to the middle of the pitch, spins, hits it across. There's nobody at the back post. Good job on the defense of Tabor just holding it off, and they're going to knock it out for a throw-in, let everybody reset. So good job by Jesenice. They switch the field, get down and get across, but nobody in the middle of the box. That ball's going to bounce around after the throw. Now Jesenice is coming forward. Jesenice comes to the near side to Slotchik. A nice ball on the run, curls back to Slotchik, flicks it forward. As Slotchik now looks like he's going to try and go left foot in, knocked out for a corner. So Slotchik wins a corner. Don't see, oh, he's going to win a throw. Okay, so wins the throw. Thought they were pointing to the corner. Incorrect, obviously. Back and forth, tight space. Tabor doing a good job working through the tight space and then just goes out, unable to get it before the end line. As it also appears, okay, so it appears that I missed another substitution. Tomislav Laden is on. Laden comes across, flicked away. Jesenice, boy, sends the ball forward and blocked again. Lots of blocks from the defenders here in the last about 10 minutes. And Tabor still trying to get the ball towards the goal. Jesenice doing a good job being in the way as Tomislav Laden wearing number 14. Laden hurt most of last year. I didn't realize that actually the beginning of the year had a pretty major injury, and so took him a little bit. He's a physical guy, runs really well, has a lot of ability. Slotchik goes up, brings it down, sends it, tries to send it forward, and is going to win the corner. So good job from Slotchik running up and down the near side. We've seen in the last couple of years the ability that Slotchik can bring. He can be very dangerous. Now you got Kreitz, Slotchik, and Pokorn, three really good men, all playing the same position. Yeah, Jeff, the cameras that don't focus well on the far side making life a little tough. I'm trying to help everybody out here. I'm guessing as much as you guys are. Corner comes in, boy, up and over. Who was that? Man, that might have been Ludic, actually, up and over and maybe a little too high as ball squirts away. And now with 15 minutes remaining in the match, Jesenice, you can see Jesenice moving forward with a little bit more urgency. They're starting to realize they need 2 goals. They haven't really mounted too much yet. They've had some opportunity when they've got forward, though. So trying to find a way to get forward. Some of their best opportunities have come from the near side. But Tabor make a couple of adjustments. Obviously, they send in Slotchik. Slotchik comes in and takes over this position. So you see there's Slotchik right there trying to head off in defense. Jesenice starts. Slotchik comes in probably to play a little bit heavier role defensively. Mavra is going to drop it back off to Solikovic, and Solikovic, they're going to switch fields. Can they get forward? Another slip, but maintaining possession for Jesenice on the far side. We're looking for runners. Couple of runners come in, and the header is going to be knocked away. Couldn't tell who that was initially, so Slotchik sends the ball back, I think, to Zulic, possibly. Zulic just going to send the ball as far to the other side of the pitch as he can. Going to be headed away by Jesenice, but there's no red jerseys over there. So Tabor in control. Tabor, when trying to get the ball forward, it's going to be knocked away, and I think it must bounce back off of the Tabor player, a throw-in to Jesenice. As we're going to get another substitution coming up for Tabor. We're going to see who that is in a moment. Maybe. We don't. So somebody from Tabor comes on. Don't see who's going off. I'm sure we may find him in a minute. Of course, with these cameras, we may not find him. Lots of changes for Jesenice. We get a little bit of a focus. So going to see if we can figure out who that is as the camera drifts off. All right, so not sure who the changes are, but we're going to get a chance to take a look eventually. Jesenice, drop it back a little bit, try and set up, and now running across the middle. Try to go in and then back out. Good job running up underneath it, preventing the back and forth. So good job on defense from Tabor, as now Jesenice looking to build once again. Tabor just trying to hold their positioning. Gasper back on this near side. We're doing a lot of running. Tries to go for the underlap. Curling in to the back beyond the post. Here comes Zeriali. Zeriali comes out, does a nice job corralling that. As the ball curled in, Gasper curls the ball to the back. They're trying to get the header back across. A little bit of a missed header, goes straight up in the air. Zeriali gets out on top of it. And now we're going to send the ball a long way forward. And so this is purely conjecture. I am not sure. But I'm wondering if the player that was brought on is Gabor Dobrovolich. If Tabor trying to strengthen their defense a little bit, Dobrovolich, an exciting signing for Tabor. The 33-year-old has spent most of his career in the first division of Slovenia and Iceland. And so he brings in a lot of experience. And bringing in experience in that back line, especially with some of the youth that Tabor have had, really helpful. If you got a chance to stick around for the halftime, I'll talk about this in a minute, as Gasper gets down to the end line. Gasper spins it around, now shoulder to shoulder with Slachik, and Jesenice is going to win the throw, bounces it back out. If you stuck around for the halftime interview with Krapukin, you heard him talking about just his experience trying to help the guys understand professionalism and understand in a difficult season that there's a lot of expectations. How does that look? Now, Tabor off and running. I believe that's going to be Laden. Laden one-on-one, and it's just going to be Laden. Is he going to be able to get around and get a shot on? He gets cut off. As Jesenice going to win the ball. Boy, had a tough angle the whole time. And just like Krapukin, not only brought on to produce, but also to help those around him. I think Dobrovolich is very similar and could really add a lot to that back line of Tabor. Jesenice off and running. Jesenice, boy, the youth and legs of Jesenice certainly have an opportunity to provide a huge boost to Tabor. Speed and physicality can be very difficult to deal with and to find together equally in the player, and I believe that Jesenice has that ability. The ball's going to be curled in up over everybody, and going to be a goal kick for Tabor. Zeriali is going to get a ball and send it forward with about 9 minutes remaining. Not just defensively, but Dobrovolich with 20 first division goals, so certainly a target when he gets into the box. Dobrovolich, a signing similar to one Uroš Korun, who most Tabor fans that were around last year remember fondly, as he was the best defender in the league. Uroš had surgery on his knee, wishing him all the best, if he's watching especially. Well, right-footed ball in and across, and just outside of the post. Boy, a really great shot as Jesenice starting to take advantage and get further down in. Zeriali goes down to his right side. You'll forgive me for the late call. I was having a hard time seeing it. Zeriali goes down to his right side, and it just rolls outside of the post. Zeriali doesn't get a hand on it, and it might have been a little bit late as the Jesenice player running through traffic. Zeriali might not have seen it right away. So Tabor trying to get back and hold this defensive shell a little bit, but Jesenice finding a couple of ways through. That's a really good look. One of the two best looks today for Jesenice. As we're going to zoom out. We're at the end of the game. We're going to zoom out just to make sure that we get a little bit more glare in for you. Long ball sent in, header away by Tabor, and going to turn into a corner for Jesenice. They're going to get out here and take it as quickly as they can. As Tabor are going to retreat everyone into the box. Jesenice, boy, threatened to take the short corner. Not sure they're going to do that yet. Really, best opportunity maybe just to get the ball into the box and let it bounce around a little bit. Ball goes to the back post, headed away by Tabor. Corralled. Jesenice try to send the ball back in. It's going to be knocked away, and as Tabor try and clear it, it's actually cleared behind the goal, so we're going to get another corner for Jesenice. A little bit of direction this time from whoever's going to be taking the kick for Jesenice. Looking right into the sun. He's going to send it in. A low ball this time. The ball's going to be knocked away by Zeriali. A great job as the low ball gets kicked around a tad. Tabor unable to clear it with the first man. The throw-in comes from way up the field from where the ball actually went out. And a nice header across. Jesenice staying in control. Try and send the ball forward. It's going to be knocked away by Tabor once again. A great job by the defenders of Tabor. They've stayed in front of a couple of these shots and prevented the ball from even reaching the net, forcing Zeriali to make a save. Cross comes in and sent away, and another corner. So the most successful corner, the most dangerous corner to this point was the low corner that Tabor were unable to clear initially. Boy, is Jesenice, they're going to run forward. They're going to go to the back post this time. Header across and all the way across the goal and out. Boy, so Tabor finally get a little bit of a breather as a dangerous header just goes too far away. But a great look at the goal, though. I believe Zeriali has 3 saves today, 3 quality saves. I think there's a couple of balls that were rolling towards the goal that he was able to pick up, but 3 real quality saves today that kept balls out of the net. And it is now a battle at midfield. We'll see who's going to have it whenever the camera shifts a little bit and we get out of this little zone as a Jesenice player down on the pitch as they're trying to play it. Jesenice now get the ball out to the keeper, who's going to walk the ball forward. Now the ball into the midfield. I've never longed for the Veo cam more. A shoulder-to-shoulder ball one. Believe that's going to be, wait, is that Pokhorn? Nice ball, shoulder-to-shoulder. Now the ball's going to be sent forward. Loudon doing some running, unable to get on the end of it. They're going to get it down to the keeper, who's just going to try and turn it around. Sends it right to midfield. Jesenice back in control. Long ball down. Control. Nobody down there to be able to cross, so brings it back out. Here's Gasper once again. Gasper goes to the middle. Now back to him on a one-touch. Trying to find some space. Cuts across, and there is Zeriali once again. So a nice move, though. Gets across, but boy, a long way out with not a lot of people in front. Zeriali sees it for a long time, hangs on to it, and he's just going to send the long ball once again. Only about 3 minutes remaining. And with no goals, no injuries, no cards, and only substitutions, can't imagine we're going to have more than a minute of added time. Jesenice moving the ball forward, trying to find some space. Solakovic runs to the outside, but he's going to be cut off, has to come back. Curling ball in, and a nice header right in the middle. Boy, is that Zulich. You see the big man, and now off and running. How about Tabor have numbers? Krapukin has to drop back. Krapukin back to the outside. And not sure what happened there. Wait, did we score? Did Jesenice score? We did! Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry, everybody! Jesenice scores his first goal! Oh, the cameras are killing me. What a great job from Jesenice. I have no idea what happened. I'm looking forward. I saw that there was a match started, so we do have the Veo cam up on the other side. It's just not streaming to us. I'm excited to see what the Veo cam shows us on Jesenice, and I'll have to go back and do a broadcast call over the top of it, as a great job from Jesenice and Tabor with a 3-0 lead. Jesenice puts the ball in the back of the net. And Tabor is safely in front 3-0 as they're on their way to 3 points. Boy, congratulations. As when I was up there, Jesenice had just been around for a couple of days. I was up there for the very first week of workouts, and boy, big smile on his face, gave me a big hug as I was leaving. Jesenice now moving forward. As they're just going to try and get something going here at the end. They got to start lobbing balls towards the goal, though, as they're retreating in the opposite direction. And take it away once again. Tabor on the run. As they've got the ball on the far side. Jesenice now. Jesenice, boy, a chance to get a brace of his own. Keeper comes out, knocks it away, but one back. As Tabor move to the outside, comes back across, and going to be taken away by Jesenice, who's trying to move forward with just about 10 seconds remaining in regular time. And we'll see if we get back in focus by the end of this game or not. The darkness causing quite a few troubles for the cameras. We got a good look at Tabor and their scoring opportunities early on because they were scoring on the right side of the pitch from the camera angle. Controlled by Tabor, now won back by Jesenice. As we're approaching 1 minute of stoppage time, got to assume the whistle's going to be blowing here very quickly. As that's the full-time whistle. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Tabor football. 3 goals, 3 points. Jan Kreintz with a break, with a brace. Genesis Odia with his first goal in a Tabor uniform, and Tabor with 3 points start off their 26-27 season as they march towards a hopeful promotion season. Ladies and gentlemen, my name's Kyle Ship. Thank you so much for joining us. Cannot wait to be back with you next week, and we'll see you soon. Go Tabor!